There is a man in your house who is slowly disappearing. He is the architect of the family, but he lives in it like a guest. He is essential to your survival, yet invisible to your heart. You might call him distant, you might call him stoic. But psychology has a darker name for him, the instrumental parent. And the tragedy is that we created him. We built a society that values him for what he does, not for who he is. We love his provision, but we ignore his personhood. In the next few minutes, we are going to perform an autopsy on the ignored father. We will uncover the neuroscience of why he freezes when he wants to connect, why his silence is actually a scream, and why the most dangerous thing a man can do is stop providing. This isn't just about him, it's about the ghost sitting at the head of your dinner table. Dr. Warren Farrell, a pioneer in male psychology, coined a disturbing term, the success object. He argued that just as society historically objectified women as sex objects, we objectify men as success objects. A man's worth is tied strictly to his use value. Think of it as the Prius Fallacy. Many families treat the father like a reliable hybrid car. He is expected to run silently and efficiently with zero maintenance. As long as he starts every morning and gets the family where they need to go, nobody thinks about him. We don't ask the car how it feels, we only notice it when it breaks down. Now you might say, but times have changed, mons work too. Economically, yes, but psychologically, the old software is still running. Research shows a tragic paradox in modern households. If a mother loses her job, she is still seen as a valuable mother, because her worth is intrinsic. But if a father loses his job, even if his partner earns money, he often experiences a catastrophic collapse of self-worth. He feels he has lost his ticket to the family. He has internalized a brutal truth. I am only as lovable as I am useful. This utility trap creates a psychological defense mechanism called generative chill. This is crucial to understand. Imagine a father who tries to hug his teenager or asks, "How was your day?" But he is met with an eye roll or a one-word answer. Neuroscience tells us that social rejection lights up the same part of the brain as physical pain. For the father who is already insecure about his connection, this rejection burns. So he freezes. He experiences generative chill. He pulls back to protect himself from the pain. He stops asking, he stops hugging. He retreats to the garage or the TV or his work. The family sees a cold father. Psychology sees a man who has frozen to death in an attempt to stop the pain. He literally lacks the vocabulary to say, "I feel lonely." So instead he says, "Did you change the oil in your car?" He speaks the language of utility because he has forgotten the language of intimacy. We see this tragedy reflected in our art. Cinema has become the confessional booth for the ignored father. Look at the film Aftersun. We see Callum, a young father on vacation with his daughter. To her, he is fun and loving and present. But the camera captures what the daughter misses. We see him sobbing on the edge of his bed. We see him balancing dangerously on a balcony railing. He is drowning in depression, but he wears the mask perfectly. He believes his duty is to protect his daughter from his darkness. He succeeds, and she has a wonderful holiday, but she never really knew him. She loved the mask, not the man. Or consider the film The Whale. Charlie is a father who has failed in every way. He is dying, obese, and estranged. Yet, what is his final act? He starves himself, refuses medical care, and lives in squalor just to save $120,000 for his daughter. Even at the gates of death, he believes the only way he can redeem himself is to be a success object. He tries to buy his daughter's love with his life insurance. It is the ultimate logic of the disposable male. If I cannot provide with my labor, I will provide with my death. So what is the cost of this silence? When we ignore the father, we break the future. Sons lose a model of healthy masculinity. They see a father who is emotionally unavailable, and they learn that men shouldn't have feelings. They learn that their only value is their paycheck. And so, the cycle of silence repeats. Daughters lose a template of secure attachment. A father's emotional presence teaches a daughter her worth. When he is a ghost, she learns to expect emotional distance from the men in her future. She learns that love is something you have to beg for. If you are watching this, and your father is still alive, you have a chance to change the script. The psychoanalyst Carl Jung said, "The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of the parent." Your father has an unlived life. A life buried under bills and duties and the crushing weight of being the rock. I challenge you to break the transaction. Stop treating him like the bank. Stop treating him like the driver. Ask him a question that has nothing to do with utility. Ask him, "Dad, what is your biggest regret?" Ask him, "Dad, are you happy?" You might face silence at first. The mask is heavy and it has been on for a long time. But keep asking, because the only thing more tragic than the ignored father is realizing you never really knew him until you are standing over his grave. We see you.